Welcome back to our sailing adventures. You find us again in Point Marina, Durban, South Africa. A city famous for its golden beaches, warm Indian Ocean waters and vibrant culture. But beyond the stunning coastline, there is another side to Durban. What travellers need to be aware of: safety. Like many South African cities, Durban has seen a rise in crime, and despite our precautions, Declan and Ivan recently were robbed by a pickpocket. Tell me about the rugby last night.
It was a good game. France beat the Sharks. We saw Antoine Dupont play, and France beat the other team. And then it kind of got not so great. When we left, we went out the front of the venue. There were a whole bunch of people there. Everyone heading home, getting back into their cars. And this guy came up to me, a local guy, and he said, "Oh, you gotta be careful out here this time of night, because people will come up to you, they'll go like this, and they'll bump into you, and next thing you know, your phone will be gone." And I was like, yeah, gotcha. And then, so we order an Uber, and we're waiting there for a little bit, and then I feel my pocket, and my phone is gone. And it was the guy that told me to be careful about your phone. He took it. 100%.
So he actually came up to me first, and he kind of did the same thing that he did to Declan. I don't know, we were kind of busy trying to get an Uber anyway, so we weren't really. Dad had walked down, he was probably like 50 meters in front of us, so we were just kind of trying to catch up to him, so we were just kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then, I don't know, he just took my phone case out of my pocket. I just had a phone case on me because I was going to try and get a new phone. I didn't in the end, but...
What happened to your phone?
It fell in the water.
So he took your phone case as well?
Yeah.
And then he came back for Declan's phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves it. It's very hot. It's meant to be 38 degrees today. Sweating.
It's very warm. It's very humid. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
And you're leaving.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Leaving
Always
us.
a bit sad.
It's always a bit sad, yes. But you've got stuff to look forward to.
Yeah.
What's happening later today, Finlay? Or tomorrow, actually?
Flying back to New Zealand
Yeah.
with someone else,
Yeah.
a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I spent a couple weeks in the Netherlands with her. She's from the Netherlands. Yeah, she's coming out to New Zealand, so that'll be nice. She's a rower as well, so she'll hang out and she'll train.
She's
there.
not just a rower, Finn. She's a pretty good rower.
She is quite a good rower.
How good is she?
She is the best rower. She won gold in Paris at the Olympics, so she's quite good. But
Yeah,
this may or may not make it in. I have to make sure if she's all right with being on here, but I guess you'll know if it is. Yeah, so that's nice. But yeah, it'll be a busy month. Show her around New Zealand, obviously, but also have to do a bit of training as well, because it's coming into what's already in the race season. So basically the second weekend after getting back, there's a regatta that's more just like a warm-up one, and then is the North Island Club Champs.
Yeah, which is
quite
also
important. So
yes, it's also a trial for the team, isn't it?
Yeah, part of. No, it's not a trial. It's a like. Well,
oh, it's to get into the trials.
to get a trial. Yeah.
Just what we need, a flat tyre on the way to the airport. It's a borrowed car. We're going to see if they have a spare tyre. Well, they do have a spare tyre. And how quickly we can change it.
I'm just ringing Michael, who is the owner of this car. He's actually in Cape Town. He's just sailed down to Cape Town delivering a yacht. Come on, Michael, answer the phone. We cannot find a jack.
No jack.
No jack
We looked in
handle.
here. No jack in there.
In the glove box? No.
Well, maybe. I don't know where it could be. Under the seat.
Yeah, we'll look under
Why
the
is there
seat.
no jack in the back of the car?
We might have to
If we can stop a car to help us. It's not the kind of country where people stop to help, is it? So, this is the situation. Rob's going to try and book Uber to get Finn to the airport. Then hopefully we'll get hold of the owner of the car and they might be able to, I don't know, somehow we need a jack to jack up the wheel, and we need something to take the wheel, the nuts off the wheel, because none of those things are in the blinking car. And not ideal. Our Uber driver did more than just show up. Without hesitation, he lent us the tools from the back of his car, even helping to jack up the car without a second thought. Then he left Rob with the jack and wrench and drove Finn, Ivan and myself to the airport, so Finn wouldn't miss his flight.
Just like this.
Haka?
What is called?
The haka, the kamate.
Yeah, I'm following
The rugby.
the rugby.
Yeah.
All black.
All black.
All
South
black.
Africa. Yeah. South Africa's beaten them a lot recently.
Yeah.
So Ivan's going to stay with the Uber driver to wait for Rob to deliver the jack and spanner, and we're going to go and check in because we're a little bit late. Our Uber driver then waited there until Rob and Declan arrived and returned his tools, expecting nothing in return. It was a simple act of kindness, but in that moment it meant everything. It reminded us that despite the bad moments, most people are good. And sometimes the best travel stories aren't just about the places you go, but the people you meet along the way.
Is that your phone in your pocket? You just every see me go.
Any last words? Any last words?
The tree falls in a forest, but no one's there to see it. Did it really fall over? Or something.
Profound.
If you make a comment and your wife doesn't hear, are you still wrong?
There he is, see?
Is he waving? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There he is. Wave. Can't have too many waves.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. Right. Can we go now?
We can go.
Can we go now, Rachel? Yeah.
The reason why I can actually left is because I can
Mission accomplished.
So, the main tire was kaput, probably from the get-go, and then swapped that one. That was a whole story in itself. And then we dropped Finn off, came back, and the spare tire had also gone kaput.
The space saver now has gone flat, so we don't have any spares left.
Or any way of taking it off again.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I think the dad just went over to some random dudes and asked for help, and then they whipped out this magic can and fixed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Saved it. I'm not really sure what it was, but yeah.
So those guys, just completely random people who've just arrived home from India, had some, it's a foamy thing that fills up the tyre and fills the hole. So just enough, he said, now race to the garage, pump it up, and that should get us home. Doesn't that just make you feel like majority of people are good people, and if you just ask for help, they will help you. And
Yeah, can I just add to that? You do have to be prepared to ask. And that's the big thing that a lot of people, most people, including myself, have a problem with. It's difficult to go out and to knock on the door of a random stranger and say, help, help. Better go top up the tyre now just to make sure it's up to pressure, and then we're out of here.
Yeah. Maybe grab a little sympathy ice cream.
Well, we need some gas too, actually. You should ask him for this food. We are heading out to sea in the tender out of Durban Harbour. The reason being there's an Atlantic rowing boat out there, an ocean rowing boat. A few days ago I met the crew. They're preparing for next year's Atlantic rowing race in November 25. One of the other sailors, Brendan, had already said, hey mate, there's an Atlantic rower just nearby here, won the first race. And then Brendan said, mate, you've got to go and see these guys. So anyway, I did, and I gave them a copy of my book, just as a bit of a reference, and they invited me out for today's row. They've been out since about 5 this morning. I thought, oh no, it's far too early for me. So I'll pick you up on the return row. I'll help row back with them. It's going to be fun. Oh, well, I rode for probably, I don't know, maybe hour and a half. I enjoyed it a lot. The setup of their boat is very heavy though, and they need to try and use the levers a bit better, have a bit more inboard, but anyway, just some technical things on the setup of the boat I think will help. I think they've got a good chance. They seem like good, decent, level blokes. I think they've got a very good kind of grip on reality. I don't think they're highly strung or over the top in any particular way. They seem like just decent blokes, and that's a good thing. I think that's you know, how they work together is going to be critical. The target is to have 2 people rowing all the time, so they're going to be changing out over the course of the 24-hour shift routine. If the boat rowed 2 people 24 hours, 7 days a week, they've got to be conscious of the balance of the boat. And you don't want to have to keep telling the non-rower, hey mate, you just lean a little bit that way or this way or whatever. You want to be sitting on a flat platform and then levering your leg drive and your body and arms off that flat platform. So the non-rower has to be totally aware of what effect he's having on the boat balance, because the interpersonal is going to be a critical thing for this crew. 3 individuals working together and trying to understand the little things that can go wrong and cause tension and anxiety. And anyway, that's good. I've waffled a lot there, far out. All right, toodaloo. I've just had some bad news, Rach.
So, Finn has just phoned us. So, I'm not very good at saying this kind of stuff, but when Finn was here, several times when he was over training at the, or when we were all over there at the rowing club, there was a young man there called Leifa. Just found out he just died suddenly.
Overnight.
They don't.
No one knows why.
So sad. Such a lovely guy. Ugh. In January of 2017, while playing rugby, Leifa's life was changed forever. He was involved in a ferocious tackle that left him unconscious and paralysed from the chest down. However, with a special combination of stubbornness, courage and motivation, he began rehabilitation that would see him regaining partial control of his lower limbs and taking up rowing. Internationally, Leifa rose through the ranks to finish 15th in the world in the men's PR1 single sculls in 2022. To a courageous and inspirational young man, we are so grateful to have met you. Rest in peace.